Well, hello, everyone. Welcome. We are going to be practicing Yin Yoga tonight for our Feel Good Friday session. How we doing out there? Welcome. It is 5 p.m. here in Las Vegas. How we doing? Hello, April. Hello, Peyton. Hello, welcome. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, Betty is here somewhere. She's over there. I'm trying to get her to come over here. Hi, Julie. Thank you so very much for your donation at the beginning of class. I appreciate that. Um, so tonight's class, it is our yin chakra balancing one, the one that we do every season change. So today is the 20th of September, and I'm believing, is it tomorrow or Sunday is the first day of fall? Anyway, I usually celebrate on the 21st, and if we're close to it, I just do it on that day. For the last few seasons, it feels like it's been on Wednesdays, um, and I feel like sometimes I've held it then. Ah, Macy, welcome, but I'm sorry about your crummy day. But let's see if it can get better with a little bit of physical grounding today and then just kind of checking in. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to check in. Each energy center corresponds with something happening in the body, something emotional. So we're going to go over all of it. Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Now, is there anything I need? Now all the poses are already we already know what we're doing. I already know what I'm doing. But what I do want to know is if there's anything going on in your body that I need to be aware of to give you some cues for. So if you have something going on with a knee or an ankle or whatever, and we get into certain postures, I want to be able to cue you in a different way so that it supports you and doesn't cause harm. Hi, Terry. Hello. I'm just going to get back to these comments. Hi, April. Finally a bit cooler here. Yeah, a little bit cooler here too. So excited. Me too. I actually have a sweater that I'm going to put on tonight after class, but it's probably not even sweater weather yet, but I need fall to come. I already have a pumpkin. I mean, not a real one. I already have my pumpkin, and then I got my cup, my scary spooky cup. And I got my pumpkin and my boo and my, uh, you know, moons out, brooms out, napkins that I had to get from TJ Maxx. Come on now, right? And Home Goods. Charnel, welcome. First time Yin Yoga, welcome. So if it's your first time with Yin Yoga, just listen to your body. Don't go too deep. I will remind you during the practice if it's your first time in Yin and first time with me. So welcome. Do what feels right. Skip anything that feels not right. You know your body. You listen to that internal system going on there. Hi, Andia. Welcome back. You are here. That's okay. Had your procedure done a week and a half ago. Resulted. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry. And you have a death in the family. I'm sorry to hear that. Sending you much love today and tonight and always. Um, Terry, hello. Had a headache since last night. Oh, okay, so hopefully this will help. We'll do some breathing to start. All right, beautiful, everybody. Have whatever props. Hello and welcome, Carrie. Hi, I see you. Hello. Have whatever props you need from around the house. Two blocks, one bolster, a couple of 2 blocks, 2 blankets, a bolster, and if there's anything else. If you want to have 2 bolsters and you have bolsters, use all the bolsters you want. So with that, anything else do I need to know? All right. Andiel, where in the body? I was just going to ask you where in the body were you feeling it? Stomach. Okay. Okay. All right. We are going to be doing some folding, forward folding to begin. So go easy. Use your arms as support. Use the props to support you. If it just feels like a little too much to just let go, use the things around you for support. So don't take it so deep, right? Yeah, definitely. And always, if you get into that position, situation where you have gone a little too far, be honest with yourself and let the ego go and go, I need to back out. I took it too deep. It's okay. Trust me. Don't be like me the first time I did yin. Okay. I took it into the deepest possible version of saddle. And after about 20 seconds, I was like, what am I doing? This is crazy. Ugh, I hated yin to begin with. I hated it. I thought it was stupid. And now I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yes. Okay. So something I want to share with you really briefly. I work at a wellness spa. We offer facials and all the fun hydrofacials, Oxygeneo, all the beautiful, wonderful high-end things. And then we have our classic European basic facials, which are phenomenal as well. But the wellness, that's what I work with. I work with the wellness things. We have things like a vibroacoustic lounge, an infrared sauna, and a grounding mat with a red light for the face that also works for pain management, acne, all sorts of wonderful things for healing. So I'm way into all of this wellness, holistic stuff, right? Okay. So Saturday I went to the gym, and then after I booked my like a 2-hour session at work because I have a membership there. And so I went in and I had been avoiding a certain track on the vibroacoustic lounge. So the vibro bed vibrates with the music. It's binaural beats. We put some headphones on and you have like a lovely lavender scented pillow that can go over your eyes and essential oils and the whole thing. Turn the lights down and make it nice and cozy for you. So that was the first thing I did Saturday. And I did this track called Cell Cleanser. And I've tried it before and I didn't like it. And I turned it off and went on to a different track. I turned this one on and I was determined to listen to it. And within 5 minutes of me listening to it, the floodgates opened and I released. And it was like so cathartic. But what I'm trying to get at is sometimes the things that we avoid them for a reason, but maybe there's a reason because it's also going to be helping in our healing. So sometimes the things you poo-poo, you're like, no, that's not for me. Maybe give it a whirl. I don't know, give it a try. Maybe it's going to be the key to helping you grow, right? Yeah. Okay. That's it. There's me getting off my yoga blocks. My yoga blocks soapbox. Okay, friends. Okay. I'm just gathering information. I think we're ready. So let's go ahead and find a comfortable seat. And we're just going to do a little breathing, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about these energy centers that we're going to be focusing on for our practice tonight. Is there anything else? I know I saw headache and stomach. Anything else I need to be aware of? And then we have some grief as well. Okay. And I'll just cue some different things to address anything else going on. All right, don't be shy. All right. Okay. Beautiful. Let's find a comfortable seat. Oh, Betty, I'm so glad you finally joined us. Is there a reason why you're facing away from the people? She's funny. She's a funny little dog. All right, friends, take that comfortable seat. Oh, April, what did you say? Oh, irritation. Okay. I liked that verbal expression, though, before what you said. That kind of goes with it, right? Irritation. Yeah, I hear that. Okay, comfortable seat, my friends. And just give yourself a little movement. See what feels good. Move around. Feel centered. If you're sitting on pillows, or if you're sitting on a bolster or blankets, towels, whatever you have, feel even, feel grounded, feel solid and stable so you don't feel like you're on something that just isn't going to support you. It's always important to have a good foundation. So we look at our seat. So notice thinking, building up from the ground, pushing those sitting bones down into whatever you're on, the earth or bolsters, blankets. And just lift your shoulders up and slowly bring them down your back away from your ears, keeping a nice open heart here. And with this open heart, just notice, are your shoulders over your hips? Are they forward of your hips? Can you bring them right over your hips? And it might feel a little different, a little uncomfortable. Maybe this is not how you normally sit. But when you really bring everything into alignment, everything is stacked, the chin is level with the floor, and there's a softening through your facial features. And maybe you notice that gentle pull in of your belly sitting in this way. Begin to bring your awareness to your breath. Has the breath changed since we've structured our body in a certain way? Begin to take some deeper breaths into your belly, filling the chest, filling the abdomen, filling the low belly. bringing your hands to the tops of your knees. Just begin to open and close the fists as rapidly as you can without too much discomfort. So just gently open, close. You don't have to keep them resting on your knees. You can bring them up. So the idea here is we're going to experience what an energy center feels like. So just open and close the hands as fast as you can comfortably without like cramping. Breathing smoothly. Good. And then when you're ready, just open the palms nice and wide. Then slowly begin to bring the palms closer together. And notice as you do that, notice if you feel a little resistance between your palms. Like as if you were holding magnets next to each other and there's that, you could feel the resistance, right? So maybe you notice that. So think of that as your energy center. And we're going to be starting at the base, and that would be the color red. And it is considered a masculine energy. You can gently release your hands down to your knees. Carefully blink open your eyes, but keep your gaze nice and low. Maybe it feels really bright in the space you are in. So let your eyes adjust. All right, let's get into our first posture. It's going to be a very grounding posture because this is all about safety, survival, and essentially feeling safe. So if we are not feeling safe in our bodies currently, maybe there's something there. What's going on? Is it like a job situation? Is it a housing situation? What is that base level, that survival? Is it food? Like, is it scarcity, right? We sometimes have that scarcity mindset. So I know a lot of people are kind of like freaking out right now. I've seen it kind of happen at work. With cancellations of memberships, people are being very mindful about their money right now, which is totally understandable, right? Right before an election, people are, feeling some things happening right now. So maybe there is an underlying survival scarcity mindset happening. So we're going to ground into that. And so the posture I'm going to offer, this isn't typically how I would teach a regular class because I do like to open the hips first, but we're going to go ahead and come into caterpillar, which is basically our forward fold. So keep the legs nice and long. And if you want, you can put a little space in between them. If you want, you might want to use a bolster. I'm going to show you a couple of setups for caterpillar with the bolster, without the bolster. So take the legs and let the feet roll open to the sides. And then if you want to like gently move aside any buttock flesh so you feel really grounded, that's also a nice option. Now if you're using the bolster, maybe the bolster props up and then you lean forward into it. This is really nice support if the head or if something's going on with the back and you want support. So this is lovely. You just angle it so it doesn't move. And then if you feel like you want to take it deeper, just carefully move the bolster away from you and just make sure your head is being supported by the bolster. Or you can lean over it as well, something like that. Lots of choices. Okay, if you're not using anything, then you're just going, everything feels comfortable, everything feels safe, right? Because we're going to be holding these postures for a period of time. So we're going to find that appropriate depth. That's the first thing we do. We hold still, and then we hold for time. So those are the three principles of our practice. So go ahead and find that appropriate depth in which you're starting. And we're going to be here for 3 minutes in this forward fold. If you feel like you need to come out before then, please do so. This is not, no pain, no gain. We don't do that here in yoga. If you're done, you're done. And that's okay, right? Because you're going to build it up. You're going to see what feels right. And DL, I was thinking about this because we're doing a forward fold. Don't go so far. right? How do I do this one on your back since I'm mainly laying on my back with the heating pad? Okay, perfect. You can bring, if it's not too uncomfortable, you can bring knees to chest. Try doing something like that. I would offer plow too, or snail, but I feel like that would just be a little too much on your back. That might be a little too much on the belly. So just maybe bring knees to chest. If you want to take them a little wider, you can do that. So kind of like a modified happy baby. That might feel good. Yeah. You'll still get that grounding for sure. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about the chakra as you are in the posture. So in your forward fold, think of the base, the root of your spine. The color is red. It's all about survival. And if we have an overactive root chakra, we might be bossy or domineering. Our ego might be big. We might feel greedy or even violent, or just like that sneaky, cunning kind of attitude. Underactive, you might feel unloved or not adequate in the bedroom, frustrated, fearful, shy, or unsure. And if it is a balanced root chakra, you might feel grounded. You might feel like you belong and you have a place in this world. Trusting, independent, alive, and poised. And the mantra is, I am. So maybe as you're in this posture, you just kind of say, I am. I am. I exist, right? I am who I am. Slowly, maybe you round a little bit more into the forward fold. But think about releasing and letting go. It's not about holding onto or gripping. How much can you release? Take that breath into your back body. Can you feel that breath? Can you feel that gentle stretch in the back of your legs? Keep the knees bent as much as you need. You can even place a little blanket underneath if the hamstrings are super tight. To come out, carefully walk your hands back wherever they are. If you have that bolster, carefully grab onto that bolster, push it away, and then carefully roll up. And maybe place the hands behind you. Feel like a little back bend here since we were in that forward fold. Maybe bring it into a reverse tabletop. Bring the feet underneath the knees and just kind of lift your seat up. That feels okay. Or anything else that you like. Just be gentle with your body after that fold. Good. So anybody new to Yin, just we have a few moments in between each posture. Just be mindful of the area that we stretch. So we stretched the back of the legs, we stretched the spine. So just be mindful if you're going to roll into your back or anything like that. So getting into the next one, so we're going to go up. So that was red. The next one is going to be orange. And that is considered the sacral, the spasti. Oh, I'm going to butcher it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to do that to this beautiful culture. Emotions, creativity, right? So think of the pelvis, the sacrum, the hips, the reproductive organs. It's all creative, right? It's where babies are made. It's our emotions. So that's where we hold that. That's why a lot of the time when we do like this next posture we're going to take, butterfly, and you can take that butterfly, you can take it back if you want to do reclined, or you can take it forward, or you can just stay neutral if that feels better too. I'm going to give you choices, okay? But the color is orange. And that's why, like that posture we're going to take, a lot of times when people are in it, things come up. They get emotional. Maybe they start to feel things they haven't felt in a while. It's opening them up. So I just did a quick little video on Instagram before class. Starting in October on Wednesday for the 5 weeks of October at 5 p.m., I am hosting on Insight Timer. Maybe you've already saw it in my classes, my offerings. I'm going to be hosting a trauma sensitive class for, predominantly it's for women, but it is for sexual abuse survivors. So please feel free to come. It's trauma sensitive. Language is going to be different. And then some of the postures are going to be different. So like that kind of space that I'm creating for that, it's going to, that's the kind of class, things might come up in some of those postures. So just throwing it out there for you, or if there's anybody else that you think might benefit from the class, please feel free to send them the link to class. Okay? All right, so getting into the next one. Soles of the feet come together. If you feel like your low back is rounding and you're scooping under, see if you can sit up on your sitting bones. And if that still doesn't help, give yourself a little more elevation. Add some blankets or towels underneath you. Soles of the feet come together. They don't need to be super close to the body. They can be moved away, but find a place that feels comfortable for your knees so you're not putting any additional strain. If you want to add a bolster, you can take that bolster underneath the legs, something like that to drape them over. And then, like I said, you're more than welcome to stay upright. If this is enough for you, you can come forward, or maybe you lean back, right, with or without the bolster. Whichever way, it's gonna suit you best tonight. Okay, so another nice forward fold. Again, I'm gonna talk a little bit about, we're gonna be here for 4 minutes, so a little bit longer than before. But again, if you need to come out sooner, do so. Listen to those internal cues. And as you're ready, just settle into your shape if you're going forward or back. And then come back to your breath once you settle into your shape. And then I'll talk a little bit about this particular chakra. So like I said, it's feminine energy, creativity, the emotions. Color is orange. And if it's an overactive chakra, then it feels like we might be needing power. We might be doing things that are kind of manipulative, craving, right? Wanting, right? Clasping, grasping onto things. Underactive, we might feel shy or guilty, afraid to interact, lost, overly concerned about what others think. Right? Oh no, what do they think of me? Oh my gosh, I said something. Are they thinking about me? Are they thinking? Nobody is thinking about you more than you. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. Everybody is very, very, very concerned with themselves, right? Okay. Balanced. If this is a balanced chakra, you might feel friendly, passionate, sexually fulfilled. You might feel like you're in a good mood, playful, and then naturally flirty. And the mantra for this is I feel, right? It's our emotional center. So I feel. Continuing to take those nice full breaths. Slowly, if you came down into a forward fold, use your hands and arms to support you to come up. And if you were already up, go ahead and take your hands on the outsides of your knees, bring your knees together, and carefully straighten your legs. And if you were down, maybe you roll over to one side. Just pause there for a second before coming up. No need to use your abdominals to come up. Just, roll over, slowly come up. And then any movement that you need. If you feel like you need to take some cats and cows, you can do that. If you want to take a downward facing dog or any other kind of movement, you have a few moments before we go to our next posture. How are we doing so far? Everybody okay? And then if anybody popped on after we started, let me know if there's anything happening in your body that I should be aware of as we continue with class. Or maybe something came up. Did something happen in either of those postures that you want to share? Or maybe something you were curious about, right? Sometimes things come up. All right. So moving right up the colors, Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow is going to be our solar plexus area. So it's between the navel and the heart, okay? So this is considered personal power, a masculine energy, willpower, personal power, manipura. So for this one, we will be taking a reclined twist. If you would like to use props, you're more than welcome to use props in that, but I will guide you into that. Chanel, you feel more relaxed. Beautiful. That's what I love about those grounding postures. They really do help you feel more relaxed, especially chakra 1 and chakra 2. It's all about grounding. Yin in itself is wonderful for that grounding sensation, but those two are great. Yeah, of course. Wonderful, Kay. Welcome, welcome. Tweak something. Numb right hand and tender elbow. Okay. Oh, I see the typo. Okay. Welcome. Okay. Yeah, only go as far as feels comfortable. Was this during practice that you did this? Tweak something. Numb right hand and tender elbow. Okay. All right, the next we're going to get into is our solar plexus. So we're going to come down to our backs. If you want to use a bolster or blankets or blocks, you can use that. Let's go ahead. Okay, from before. Okay, good. So just be mindful about that. I'll be thinking if there's anything in particular that we're going to be doing that might. Yeah, when I think of numbness, circulation, right? So did you bump your elbow? Did you fall? Something happened, right? Something happened for that. Just be mindful of it. And if it starts to go super numb, definitely look into that for sure. Yeah, we don't want numbness, because if there's numbness, that means there's no circulation, no blood flow. We don't want that. We want blood to flow for sure. Okay, so let's get into our twist. And if you're on your back, stay on your back. And you're going to carefully bring your knees in towards your chest. Rock a little side to side. Maybe give those knees a little circle in one direction. Just a nice little massage for the low back. I know I was sitting for a good part of the day, but I was up on my feet a lot, so that was nice. I was waiting for this rain, but I don't think the rain is hitting the strip. It's kind of hit outside areas of here in Vegas, Summerlin and Henderson, but not off the strip. So I get no rain. All right, gently. Let's bring both knees over to the right. And then if you need to, if for some reason the knees don't touch the floor, well, hello, mama. You can put a bolster underneath the knees to kind of make up for that distance that the knees did not reach the floor. And then carefully take this left arm out to the side. The dogs and cats might think it's time to play or time to get pets. You can definitely take the arm in what we call a goalpost arm. Yeah. Okay. All right, Mama. I get it. We're going to be on each side for 2 minutes. So let me start talking to you a little bit more about this particular chakra in the solar plexus. Working to try to get this left shoulder grounded, and if it doesn't, that's again where you want to back off of the posture, bring the knees up, and let some props do the work here, because I still want this left shoulder grounded. So if it's coming up, that means we probably have a little too much twist happening, and we need to support ourselves. Betty, come lay down, Mama. Come here. Come on. Okay. Where was I going? Oh, yes. Okay. So the color is yellow. That is the color of that particular chakra. Now, if it's an overactive one, we might be feeling judgmental, stubborn, critical, maybe even a little bit of that mean girl bully thing happening. I even as I go through these, I know that there's something I'm probably targeting. I'm hitting on it probably for you too. You're probably like, oh, okay, yeah, this situation brought up this kind of feeling in me. What is that? This is the time for us to get curious and dive a little bit deeper into ourselves and go, why am I having that kind of reaction or response to this person or situation? At least that's what this does for me. I can think of a situation right now, So I'm sure you're resonating with some of this as well. Okay, now if it's an underactive solar plexus, that low self-esteem, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, all of that kind of feeling, apathetic, procrastinating, taken advantage of, not knowing what to do. If it's balanced, we feel respect for ourselves, we feel respectful of other people, confident, outgoing, we feel like we can problem solve, and we have a calmness to us, and integrity. And that mantra is I do. I do. Now that was a perfect 2 minutes right there. So gently inhale, bring the knees up. Rock a little side to side. And then if you use props on that first side, go ahead and bring those props to the other side. Drop the knees over to the left. Again, I'll show it on this side if need be. So this is what the knees would look like if I'm using a prop. Let's just say that my right shoulder wasn't able to stay down on the floor. It was popping up. It was too much twist. So I bring the floor up to myself, right? Instead of trying to strain my body and hurt myself by trying to get the knees to the floor, I'm just going to build the structure up. So maybe it's one blanket, maybe it's two, maybe it's a bolster. You do what you need. Or maybe you're okay without any props, but you want a blanket in between the knees. And that's really lovely too. So 2 minutes on this side. And feel free to look wherever feels comfortable for your neck and your shoulders. Up towards the sky, same direction as the knees or opposite. Don't mind. That's just Betty getting wild with Chicky. Oh, yep. There's Chicky. Taking those nice full breaths. Can you feel the solar plexus expand with your inhales? Good. Very carefully. Inhale, bring the knees up. Rock them from side to side. Maybe take a little happy baby, if that would feel good. Rock a little. And we will be coming up very soon. So take your time, do what you need. And we are going to turn over to our bellies for our heart chakra. Again, it's another very grounding posture because we're going to have, you know, our belly, our legs, our front body facing down. So very grounding. So getting into the heart chakra, color is green, love, anahata, right? Another posture that I have offered but might not feel the best, depending on your body, how warmed up it feels or how cool it is heart melting posture. So that's a really nice one, but I was trying to go a little bit easy on us tonight. But if you feel like that would be better suited, please feel free to take heart melting posture or puppy dog. And that would be, you know, kind of like up on your knees, walking hands forward, and then coming into this very deep back bend where you're working to get the heart towards the floor. So if the shoulders are not warm, it may not feel good, and that's why I'm offering both. But if you are there, go for it. And if you're not, join me in Sphinx, down to the belly. Let your feet be, I don't know, hip distance apart if the low back feels tight. And if the low back feels okay, maybe bring them closer together. But you have a big range of where you're going to place your feet. So find the best one. And let those elbows be slightly in front of the shoulders. Right, so you might be feeling some heart opening here already. So see if you can keep the shoulders kind of wide here instead of letting them round forward and collapse. Can you keep them wide? And then breathe into your belly. I'm going to be here for 4 minutes, and I'm going to offer a deeper back bend after. If you want to take it. So going from Sphinx into Seal. But if you don't want to, you don't have to take it. But I'll cue you when ready. So if you're here, just be here. It's the heart center. The color is green. Not red, it's green. If it's overactive, we might feel entitlement, some jealousy. We might blame other people. We might feel like we give too much. If it's underactive, we might feel unloved, self-pity, fear of rejection, neediness, clinginess, uncertainty. Maybe that kind of like anxious, a lot of that anxiety. Andy, I see your comment. What pose can be done on my back? Or what pose can be done on my back since I don't want to move the heating pad for your back for that one. Let me see, heart melting. So, ooh, gosh, I would say anything to prop up the heart because that's kind of what I'm going for. So like a heart opening. So if you want to take pillows and kind of come into an upper back bend for your body, same idea, right? We're just kind of flipping the body in a different way, just inverting it differently. And that's what I kind of try to think of, like when I'm looking at shapes, like, okay, if I oriented the shape differently, what would it look like, right? So think of like Malasana and Happy Baby, right? One, the feet are on the floor. The other one, the feet are up in the air. Same idea. Okay. All right, here we are, still in our Sphinx posture. And if we have a balanced heart chakra, we are loved, loving, empathetic. You might have that contagiously good vibe, feeling sensation, and the mantra is I love. I love. Right? I am love, I am loving, I am loved. And it's totally fine if you find like some higher chakras you feel balanced and then the lower ones you don't. Oh, I love. I love. That's the mantra. I love. Right? So root, I am. Sacral, I feel. And then, oops. Our third one, I do. Oh, I forgot to tell you it was I do for the last one, and this one's I love. So still feel that opening in your heart. And if you can keep that heart open, and if you want, you can bring your chin in towards your chest, if that feels better, on your neck. Or drop the head back, or just kind of leave it in this kind of halfway in between, kind of floating. So you might be gazing towards the top of your mat in front of you. And then if you want to take it a little bit deeper, press your palms into the ground. Gently lift the elbows off the floor. Any amount, it doesn't have to be straight. Any amount, just breathe here. Try to soften the muscles that are gripping around the glutes and the back. Breathing here. If it's too much, bring the elbows down. Don't feel like you have to stay stuck there. You didn't commit to it for life. It's okay. Good. And then gently, wherever you are, whatever pose, carefully just bring your arms back down to the floor. Stack hand on hand, palm on palm, and then rest your forehead. And then when you are ready for movement, carefully bend your knees. Just sway the feet side to side, windshield wipering them. Good. All right, and then carefully bring those hands under shoulders. Just come back into all fours. I'm going to turn over. All right, let's see, Andy, I see you have a comment. The cat is not happy that I'm moving all of the pillows out of her space. Yeah, cats can be that way, right? For sure. All right, so coming into a fish shape, kind of the same thing. Andiel, if you want to get a little bit deeper into it, you can, but the idea is to lift. We want to get into the throat, so that is what we're going for here. So we're going to do a supported fish, opening up and exposing the throat. So your blocks, both blocks, if you're using blocks, both have them at the same height, whatever that is, or one be lower. So the one for the head can be lower than the one for the heart. And that's just to kind of support the back. So use blocks, use a bolster if you want it to be a little gentler on your body. I prefer this for yin. That's just my jam for me. But if you want, you can take that bolster or stack of pillows, towels, and then drape yourself over them, but your head would be touching the floor so that you're still getting that opening of the throat quality, because that's what we're aiming for. Throat chakra. Right? So something like that. Opening up. Okay, once you get yourself set up, we are going to be here. Oh, we're not going to be here for that long. I have it set for 5 minutes on my plan. I'm like, no, we're not going to be here for that long. Let's do 3 minutes there. Okay, so once you get down there, the throat, the color is blue. Vishuddha, communication, expression. If there's been times where you've had an inability to speak in public or express yourself to somebody, having those hard conversations, This is one of those chakras that when you spend some time doing the work, you will see the benefits of doing the work for this one. And for me, this relates a lot to my solar plexus. So when I started to feel confident and I felt better about myself, the self-esteem rose, all of a sudden I felt my voice able to come out and to speak my truth and to be honest with myself and to the people around me. And if it was a not a yes, it was an absolute F no. So that's how I connected my solar plexus and my throat chakra, the ability to express myself. But it had a lot to do with feeling confident in myself and being sure of myself and my decisions. So if it's overactive, speaking too much, boring others, right? You get that glazed look, seen as criticizing or stubborn. This is a masculine quality. This is a masculine energy center. Underactive, again, can't express yourself, afraid to speak in public, cannot express the creative side. You might be seen as timid or dependent. Okay. Now, if it's balanced, you feel like you can express yourself, you speak the truth, and you might be feeling creative. So maybe you have instances, you can think of situations where you did not feel comfortable expressing yourself. Maybe think about that. Why was it? Was it a situation that made you feel like when you were a kid, where you couldn't express yourself, it wasn't appropriate, nobody wanted to hear you, right? I'm deeply interested in the formative years, right? I feel a lot of that plays into who we are today and why we do what we do, right? Why do we respond? Why do we react the ways that we do? Right? So we're all just behaviors. It's all conditioning, you guys. We're just dogs. Literally, we're animals, okay? We train ourselves. We condition ourselves. So if we can condition ourselves one way, we can condition ourselves a different way, to be different, to be better, to not do those same things, to not respond the same way, right? Cognitive behavior therapy, you guys, if stuff works. Speaking from a special education standpoint, from my teaching special ed for so long, right? You can change behavior. It takes a lot of work, though. Okay, my friends? All right, that was our time. Carefully use your elbows or not, depending on how they feel. If you want, you can roll over to one side, roll over to the side that does not hurt for the elbow injury, right? You can stay there and then slowly come up. Yeah, you like that? That was good, huh? That's a good one. Throat chakra is important. I have caught myself. I'm getting better. I try to be mindful when I teach yin, especially. I love to teach new people, and I love teaching in general. But I do feel happy to teach newer practitioners because I do try to give as much information as possible too. The things I would want to know. What is this posture good for? Where am I supposed to feel it? That kind of stuff. But I try to be mindful when I teach to allow some space for you, right? I want to inform you and I want to teach, but I also need to know when to shut up. And sometimes there's a fine line, right? So if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you're talking too much, just remember the acronym, WAIT. Why am I talking? And then pause, and then maybe, cut yourself off. Okay, I want to make sure we get to the next two postures. Going up to the third eye. So we had blue in the throat. Now it's going to indigo. We're going to get into our child's pose for this one. So take that child's pose however you wish. Use bolsters, use blankets, use nothing. It's totally up to you. But I'm going to take my arms alongside my body to make it nice and relaxed. Maybe if you want to bring a pillow or a towel or a blanket under the forehead, just for support, that might feel nice. Take your knees apart as much as you need. If it feels better to have them wider apart to accommodate your upper body, do that. If you want to bring the knees together, you can do that as well. So lots of choices here. It's a wonderful, healing, restful pose. It gently stretches the spine, and it's a nice counter pose for back bend. So we just had that back bend in our throat chakra, right? That fish pose. So this should feel really nice, a nice counter. I'm gonna come over. I see a couple of comments. Thanks for the donations, you guys. You're amazing so much. I love acronym weight. I love it. Right from Gabby Bernstein. I can't take credit for that. I always try to give credit where credit is due. It was in her cards. I think Miracles Now cards, and the acronym WAIT. Why am I talking? Good stuff. Okay. All right. So let me talk to you a little bit. So this is considered a feminine energy center. The third eye, ajna, intuition, wisdom. Right. Not to say that men are not wise, but I think, was it Sophia, goddess of wisdom? Just saying. The brow center, in between the eyebrows. The color, indigo. Overactive. Third eye, maybe spaced out, lost, worrying, seen as living in a fantasy world. I'm sure we all know some of those people, yes? Yes, maybe a little too overactive with their third eye chakra, yeah? Yeah, there's balance, right? Okay, underactive. Maybe if it's underactive, you can't see the bigger picture. Maybe you're easily influenced, right? You're not listening to that inner guidance. Confused about your purpose, doubting yourself. So kind of, I would say this one, third eye, solar plexus can sometimes go together too, right? Balanced, we're seen as intuitive, charismatic, maybe meditation comes easily. You know your purpose and you might be seen as wise. Okay, so sorry for the last one. The throat chakra would be I speak, right? I speak. This one would be I see. I see. I see. Carefully bring your hands under shoulders. Slowly inhale to come up. We are going to find a comfortable seat for the last one. Now, if you would like a traditional Shavasana, that is totally fine. This is going towards our final chakra, the crown chakra. And I just thought we would sit up for this. And do a little alternate nostril breathing. So this will be our final closing thing that we do. Sorry, I got the airport right next to me, so you might hear planes flying. Oh, and you know, everybody on those planes, you know, they're all drunk, right? I mean, they're all flying into Vegas. Everybody's drunk on the flight to Vegas, especially the ones from the Midwest. Gotta love them. All right. Crown chakra. The top, the crown, violet. All right, now if we have an overactive crown chakra, I gotta talk first because I can't teach you how to do it and at the same time. So we're gonna talk first and then we'll get into it. If it's overactive, we might be seen as addicted to spirituality, craving attention, needing to be popular, or an over-erotic imagination. Underactive crown chakra, right? Because this is this is the united, right? The united energies, masculine, feminine, Sarahasra, universal consciousness, and spirituality. If it's underactive, we might be misunderstood. Maybe we can't have fun, right? Unaware of or denying the spiritual connection. And if it's balanced, we're joyful, connected to some source, right? Whatever you call it, universe, God, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever. You're aware of your individuality, and you might be seen as wise and compassionate. Okay. The mantra here is I understand. I understand. So if you were sitting there, you're in that same comfortable position that we started in. Hopefully it's comfortable now. Or maybe it feels a little different since the first time we encountered it this evening. So see if this posture feels better, the same, easier. It's just information. And carefully, we're going to bring our right hand, right? That's when we're going to use, using the ring finger and pinky finger together, and then your thumb. And then you can take your index finger, middle finger rested on your forehead, or maybe it curls in so it kind of looks like a claw. But we're going to be using the thumb and the ring finger, pinky finger to close opposite or up the nostrils. So take a breath in through the nose, both sides, and exhale, release through the nose. Just clearing out any stagnant breath there. Again, inhale and exhale. Take your right thumb, cover the right nostril, inhale through the left. Starting on the left for that balancing, relaxing, feminine, soft energy, right? Relaxing. Carefully take the ring finger, pinky finger, close the left nostril, exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Cover the nostril with the thumb, exhale left. Inhale left. Cover with ring finger, pinky finger, exhale right. Inhale right. Cover the right, exhale left. Continue that pattern. Inhale left. Cover left, exhale right. Keep going. The next time you exhale on the left side, let that be your final round. And then just breathe in through both sides of your nose. Gently begin to blink open your eyes if they've closed. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If you want to come down and do your own Shavasana, please feel free to do that. But this is the end of our Yin chakra balancing class for the fall. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it also gave you some insight to yourself of maybe what's happening in your body. What are some of the things popping up for you? I know each time we come to it, and we just did it in June, but I definitely feel a difference between June and now, and I can definitely feel things that have shifted. Certain things just aren't, the same, which is a good thing for me right now. All right, friends, let's go ahead and close our practice. I will be practicing again with you on Sunday morning at 9 a.m. That's going to be a hatha class. Vinyasas may be included. They may not be. It really just depends on who shows up and what you're asking for. So if you want a little more active movement, please say so. I always want to know what you want to do because this is about you or your practice. I'm just hosting and offering and guiding and facilitating. Ultimately, you tell me what you need and I, put together a little sequence for us. So I always enjoy that. I get to use my skills on the fly. All right, what do you see? You see a little something, Mama? She's all bugging out over here. All right, on the inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, bringing down all of that divine universal energy to your heart centers. And that divine universal energy vibrates as the frequency of love through which you and I and all sentient beings are connected on this planet. The light in me salutes and honors the light in all of you, my friends. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'll see you Sunday, 9 a.m. And then remember, next Friday and next Sunday, I'm going to be at that conference here in Vegas. Anybody coming to it, the Holistic Health Conference at the Rio? If you're here, let me know. Send me a message. Maybe we can have lunch or connect or something. So no class next week for Friday or Sunday. But then that Wednesday, I'll start the trauma sensitive class on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. for 45 minutes. And then I'll still be holding Friday and Sunday class. But Sundays, just look for Sundays because it's not every Sunday. All right, how are we feeling? We feeling okay, everybody? Good? All right. Thanks, Kay. Thank you. Remind us, what does alternate nostril breathing do? It balances the hemispheres, right? Yeah, for sure. So if you want grounding, soft energy, like I use that breath starting on the left side when I can't fall asleep. It's a nice sleep tool. Because it's supposed to relax the nervous system, right? It brings you into that relax, digest, heal, repair mode, as opposed to being fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode. If you were going into a meeting and you needed to be like on your A game, you need to bring that boss bee energy, or you're going in for a promotion or something like that, then you would start breathing. And it's so weird. I don't use that breath. I never breathe. I never start on the right side. So you would start on the right, exhale left, inhale left, exhale right. So you would start on the other side if you want that masculine energy. If you want the soft, relaxing moon, darkness, fall, winter, going inward energy, the feminine yin energy, you would start on the left side. All right, friends. Thank you so much. 104. I love it. It's been amazing. Every week it's 104, 108, 104, 108. I love it, you guys. Which I could be there for the conference. Could you? Okay. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the Rio, and it's the Holistic Health Conference. David Metzler is going to be there, and then a few other like health holistic people. I'm really looking forward to it. So I'm hoping information I learn, I can bring it back to my wellness spa. I can share it with the girls, and all that good stuff. I'm going to be starting doing some workshops at work too after hours. So I'm super excited about that as well. Bringing wellness to Vegas, right? Because, we have too much crap here. We have drugs, we have alcohol, we have gambling, we have, legal prostitution in certain areas. So we need to bring some wholeness and wellness back to Las Vegas. If there's room enough for it to not just be Sin City, we can have Health City here too. Right on, everybody. Beautiful, April. Yeah, okay, feeling relaxed, a little energized. Ooh, maybe with a little bit of the back bends that help to energize. I always struggle with alternate nostril breathing because of deviated septum. Yeah, and if you ever encounter like a situation where like you cannot physically do the hand movements, then you can just breathe and imagine that you're doing it and see if that you can get some benefit from that. Because remember, the mind is very powerful, okay? Narelle, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I love to give all the informations to you. Carrie, I guess I now know why I've never been to Vegas. I'm a Midwestern girl and you don't drink. Hey, it's all good. I don't drink either. It's so good, right? You don't got to drink to come to Vegas. Oh, beautiful, Nilam. Thank you. Beautiful. Hi, Sharon. Hello. Witnessing a high-speed chase as you speak, East Side. All right. All right, guys, have a great night, and I will see you on Sunday, 9 a.m. Bye.